We roll out when the streetlights burn. Every corner has a lesson to learn. The engine roars beneath the hood. We live the way we always should. No rules can hold the speed today. We chase the neon far away. Light of the night, feel the bass ignite. We on the road tonight. Burn up the bright light, 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 light. The tires grip the smoking floor. We want it louder, give us more. A flash of silver in the dark. We leave a blazing heavy spark. The bassline hits the window glass. We watch the shadows swiftly pass. No turning back when speed is near. We leave behind all doubt and fear. The speakers scream a heavy sound. With every beat that shakes the ground. You look at me and smile real slow. We got nowhere else to go. Light of the night, feel the bass ignite. We on the road tonight. Burn up the bright light, 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 light. The dashboard glows a crimson red. With every word you softly said, we cut across the empty lane and wash away the daily pain. The subwoofers begin to pound, the finest rhythm found around. A quick glance in the rearview mirror. The night is dark, the path is clearer. We keep the pedal to the floor and ask the speakers for much more. An electric surge within our veins, free from all the heavy chain. Light of the night, feel the bass ignite. We on the road tonight. Burn up the bright light. The journey ends where it began. We stick to our rebellious plan. A cup of coffee on the hood. In this old neighborhood, we smile at what we just went through. Me in my car and lights in blue. The city sleeps, but we stay wide, with nowhere left to try and hide. The rhythm echoes through the street, a heavy, unrelenting beat. We close the chapter on the run until the rising of the sun. Light of the night, feel the bass ignite. We on the road tonight. Burn up the bright light, 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 light. The parking lot is packed and loud. We stand right in the middle crowd. Your jacket shines against the dark. You hit me with a sudden spark. The subwoofers begin to groan. We claim this asphalt as our own. Feel the current rise, lightning in our eyes. Heavy bass will ring. Hear the speakers sing. Hear the speakers sing. The bass drop down into the chest. We do not sleep, we need no rest. The doors are vibrating with grace. A smile upon your glowing face. We came from nothing, fought our way to rule the night and own the day. Feel the current rise, lightning in our eyes. Heavy bass will ring. Hear the speakers sing. The air is thick with rubber scent. With every dollar we've spent to build this wall of speakers tall and watch the trembling empire fall. You grab my arm and pull me near. Dispel the final ounce of fear. Feel the current rise, lightning in our eyes. Heavy bass will ring. Hear the speakers sing. The midnight clock is ticking past. We know this feeling will not last. So turn the volume to the max until the heavy system cracks. The crowd goes wild and starts to cheer. The best damn song of all the year. Feel the current rise, lightning in our eyes. Heavy bass will ring. Hear the speakers sing. The speakers hum a dying tune beneath the pale and yellow moon. We pack the gear and lock the door, ready to chase the rhythm more. A quick goodbye, a knowing wink. We step back from the glowing brink. Feel the current rise, lightning in our eyes. Heavy bass will ring. Hear the speakers sing. The highway calls us to depart. With every beat inside my heart, the voltage runs so deep and true. There is no better thing to do. We drive into the velvet night until we vanish out of sight. Feel the current rise, lightning in our eyes. Heavy bass will ring. Hear the speakers sing.
Chrome is shining in the light. We hit the highway out of sight. The wheels are custom low and wide, with room enough for one inside. You lean your head against the glass and watch the neon billboards pass. Chrome and heavy sound, rolling underground. Feel the rhythm start beating in my heart. The radio plays a distant song. We know the lyrics all along. The engine purrs a steady tune beneath the heavy summer moon. No destination on our mind, just leaving all the grief behind. Chrome and heavy sound, rolling underground. turns with double force. We never deviate our course. The metal glitters in the glow of streetlights on the road below. You hold my hand and squeeze it tight. We own the magic of the night. Chrome and heavy sound, rolling underground. Feel the rhythm start, beating in my heart. The clock keeps ticking, never on. Before we know the night is gone, the dawn is breaking in the east. Tame the heavy audio beast. We park the vehicle in line and whisper that we turned out fine. Chrome and heavy sound, rolling underground. Feel the rhythm start, beating in my heart. The echoes fade into the air, though we are standing quiet there. The memory of the heavy bass is written plainly on my face. Until the sun goes down once more, we keep our boots upon the floor. Chrome and heavy sound, rolling underground. Feel the rhythm start, beating in my heart. We built this system from the dust, with worn out tools and honest trust. The wiring is neat and tight, prepared to conquer every night. The amps are glowing neon green, the fiercest sound you've ever seen. Genesis of sound, tremble in the ground. Bass is taking hold, silver turning gold. Yeah. You turn the dial to maximum and watch the trembling people come. The beat is dropping like a bomb, destroying every trace of calm. The trunk is shaking on its hinge. We step across the border fringe. Genesis of sound, tremble in the ground. Bass is taking hold, silver turning gold. The neighborhood begins to shake with every single wave we make. A badge of honor on the hood, we represent our neighborhood. No luxury was ever free, this is our true identity. Genesis of sound, tremble in the ground. Bass is taking hold, silver turning gold. The subwoofers can't take the strain, they pump the rhythm through our brain. The crowd is dancing in the street with synchronizing heavy feet. You look amazing in the glare, with wind blowing through your hair. Genesis of sound, tremble in the ground. Bass is taking hold, silver turning gold. stairs, with quiet grins upon our face. We vanish from the meeting place. Another victory for the crew, with skies of purple and of blue. Genesis of sound, genesis of sound. Tremble in the ground, tremble in the ground. Bass is taking hold, silver turning gold. Woo! We walk beneath the bridge to rest, and put our friendship to the test. We share a cup, we share a smile, and drive together mile by mile. The genesis is complete and clear, the greatest sound of all the year. Genesis of sound. Tremble in the ground, bass is taking hold, silver turning cold. The asphalt shivers when we pass, reflected in the broken glass. The engine idles at the light, a predator within the night. You wear a jacket black as coal, and steal the rhythm from my soul. Shiver on the road, heavy is the load. Baseline takes control, shaking up my home. We tear across the vacant zone, with speakers playing tunes unknown. The subwoofer begins to thrum, the final warning has now come. A blur of color and of speed, providing all the thrills we need. Shiver on the road, heavy is the load. Baseline takes control, shaking up my home. The tires screech against the curve, we test our limits and our nerve. The dashboard lights up clear and bright, against the background of the night. You hold the handle on the door, and tell me you can take much more. Shiver on the road, heavy is the load. Baseline takes control, shaking up my home. The music pounds inside the seat, with rhythm synchronized and sweet. We leave our worries far behind, a single engine and one mind. The street is ours to dominate, before it gets too late to wait. Shiver on the road, heavy is the load. Baseline takes control, shaking up my home. A flash of neon from a sign declares that everything still remains, flowing right through our weary veins. Shiver on the road, heavy is the load. Baseline takes control, shaking up my
Frequency shifting in the air, we catch the signal unaware. The subwoofers are tuned so low, they make the entire building glow. You stand beside the glowing box with custom rings and heavy locks.
quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm.
The science of the sound is clear, it brings the distant future near. A digital and heavy beat that echoes down the concrete street. We tap our fingers to the groove and watch the speakers start to move.
Quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm.
The waves are pulsing through the floor. We open up another door to realms where volume has no bound. And pure creation is the sound. You look at me with knowing eyes beneath the digital disguise.
Quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm.
The signal travels through the wire and sets our inner selves on fire. The volume knob is turned on high. We watch the neon sparks go by. No room for silence in this space, just pure adrenaline and grace.
Quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm.
Calibration of the bass to match the speed of time and space. The trunk is open to the stars. Among a line of custom cars, we share a moment of delight within the center of the night.
Quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm.
The frequency begins to drop. We know the party has to stop. We power down the glowing amps and turn off all the warning lamps. A quiet stillness fills the air, though we are still together there.
Quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm.
The quantum loop is sealed and done. We watch the rising of the sun. The low frequencies still remain, an echo bouncing in our brain. We head back home to rest our head with memories of the road instead. Quantum frequencies drop into my knees. Bass will keep us warm, riding out the storm. The keys turning in the slide.
woofers are burning bright against the darkness of the night. The sound wave travels to the stars above a fleet of custom cars. We have unlocked the endless key to true acoustic liberty. Infinity and bass, no time and no place. Forever we will roll with a rhythm in our soul. The volume meter hits the red with all the heavy things we said. The cabin vibrates with the beat from dashboard down to rubber feet. We are unstoppable and free in all our glorious energy. Infinity and bass, no time and no place. Forever we will roll with a rhythm in our soul. The road stretches for miles ahead with yellow lines of glowing red. The radio is locked in place, surrounded by the empty space. You sing along with every word, the sweetest voice I ever heard. Infinity and bass, no time and no place. Forever we will roll with a rhythm in our soul. The bassline echoes in the dark, leaving a permanent deep mark. We do not care where we will land, as long as we go hand in hand. The rhythm is our guiding light through every second of the night. Infinity and bass, no time and no place. Forever we will roll with rhythm in our soul. The night is closing to a close.